Uh-oh. That's unbelievable.
Kernel, the gentle giant who carried my heart.
Ow, ow.
When people first see Kernel, they usually pause. He's massive, easily the biggest dog in the park. Strong, muscular, and towering over most other dogs, it's not surprising that some folks instinctively pull their kids or smaller pets a little closer. But then, he wags his tail. That tail, big enough to knock a cup off a table, starts swishing with joy, and you see it, his face. That goofy, open expression full of kindness. Suddenly, all fear is gone. Because Kernel isn't just a big dog. He's the gentlest soul you'll ever meet. I was just a teenager when we brought Kernel home. At the time, I didn't realize how much I needed him. I thought he was just going to be a fun companion, a new friend. Kernel became something much bigger than that. He became a constant in a world that, at the time, felt anything but stable. From the very first day, he was curious about everything. New smells, new people, birds in the trees. It was like the world was brand new to him, and he wanted to discover every inch of it with me by his side. There was no room he wouldn't follow me into, no activity too boring for him. Brushing my teeth? He was there. Doing homework? He'd rest his head on my lap and fall asleep. He was part of everything.
That's so gentle, Kernel. What a good boy. Boy, Kernel.
Good afternoon, my adventure. This is Kathy, and I direct your call.
And then I lost my grandparents. They were the kind of people who made home feel like home, and losing them felt like someone had pulled the floor out from under me. I remember lying on the bed one night, too numb to cry, too tired to speak, and Kernel just jumped up beside me, all 100+ pounds of him. He didn't do anything fancy. He just laid his head across my chest and stayed there. His weight, his breath, his presence. That was his way of saying, "I've got you." Since then, we've only grown closer. Kernel doesn't believe in personal space. He still tries to climb into my lap like he did when he was a puppy, even though he could crush me if he really wanted to. He sits with his whole body pressed against mine, like he's trying to become part of me. And honestly, I never mind, because there's something about his closeness that reminds me I'm never alone. As he got older, I became a professional dog walker. I figured it would be the perfect job. Fresh air, exercise, and the best company. Kernel was thrilled. Every time I picked up a new dog to join us on a walk, he greeted them like a long-lost sibling. He wasn't just friendly. He made everyone feel safe, accepted. He had this quiet way of making you feel like you belonged. People on the street would stop to meet him. Some were nervous at first because of his size, but after one look into his soft eyes and a few tail wags, they were smitten. Kids especially adored him, and he knew to be extra gentle around them. Even cats seemed to trust him. I used to joke that Kernel was basically a walking therapy dog, even though he never had the official training. But then, things started to change. Kernel began slowing down. At first it was subtle. He lagged behind on walks, needed more naps. I told myself it was just age creeping in and nothing serious. But one day he slipped while coming down the stairs and broke his leg. Watching him fall, seeing the confusion and pain in his eyes, it shattered me. Recovery wasn't easy. He couldn't walk properly for weeks. We started physical therapy and hydrotherapy. It hurt him at first, but he never snapped or growled. He trusted us. He trusted me. Every time we walked into the clinic, he greeted the staff with a wagging tail as if to say, "Let's do this." The doctors fell in love with him too. They said he was one of the calmest, kindest patients they'd ever seen. Slowly, Kernel got stronger. We took short walks with protective gear. He limped at first, but over time, he began to bounce back. Not fully, not the way he was when he was young, but in his spirit. He never changed. He still greeted every person like an old friend, still looked at me with those same soulful eyes that once pulled me out of grief. Today, our walks are slower. We rest more. But the joy? It's just as big. Maybe even bigger because now every moment feels more precious. Kernel isn't just my dog. He's my best friend, my therapist, my shadow. He's the one who stayed beside me through heartbreak, who lifted me with quiet loyalty, who taught me what unconditional love really looks like. And if you've ever had a dog like that, or if Kernel's story reminded you of a dog you've loved, I'd be honored if you gave this video a like. It means the world to us. And if you want to see more stories like Kernel's, more real, raw, healing love, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you along for the journey.